Good morning. We just come in from working cows and checking on cows, feeding cows, all the things cows. So I'm just gonna make breakfast and we're gonna be having pancakes on a stick. First thing I'm gonna do is fry up the little sizzlers that we make, not the kind from the store. So let's get going. I always drizzle just a little bit of oil, not much, because once they start frying, they're going to put out their own grease. But to start off with, I always just put just a smidgen. Then when that gets hot, I'll add it to it.
Okay, to my skillet, I'm going to add my little sizzlers. Now I'm going to turn my fire down to about number 4, because I don't want to scorch them. And then I'm going to get my plate with a paper towel. While my sausage is frying, I'm going to get my pancake batter made for the pancake on the stick. All right, for our pancake batter, you're going to add 1½ cups of all-purpose flour. If you want to use fresh meal, that's fine. My husband just prefers pancakes made with all-purpose flour. 3½ teaspoons of baking powder. 1 tablespoon of sugar, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. So I'm going to do that, and I'm just going to whisk it together. You can sift if you would like, but that's just a step I do not do with pancakes. However, I do that step with making biscuits, but I do not with pancakes. So I have that mixed, and to this I'm going to add 1 egg, 1¼ cups of milk, a teaspoon of vanilla, and 3 tablespoons of melted butter. And then I'm going to whisk it until I get my batter. Now to take our sausage, our little sizzlers out. And now I'm going to get my little small pea pot, donut, my whatever I want to fry pot. So I'm going to add some palm shortening to this. So I have my palm shortening in. I'm going to turn it on and I'm going to be letting that melt. In the meantime, my little sizzlers will be cooling off. That way I can stick them with a popsicle stick. So I have 10 little sizzlers of different shapes and sizes. So I'm going to need 10 popsicle sticks. And you're going to get them and you're going to stick them like this. Just put them back on your plate until you get ready to dip them. You may or may not have to add more palm shortening. You want it deep enough to where when you stick your sausage in there, it will be submerged, or your pancake on the stick. This is a trick I learned to dip. If you're making corn dogs or anything, I put mine in a quart jar. You can use a pint jar, you can use a glass. Just put all your batter into the jar. My palm shortening has melted, so I'm going to do my wooden spoon trick. Remember, you stick it in there, and if it immediately sizzles, your grease is hot enough. I did have a candy thermometer, but it died, so it is not ready. So while I'm waiting on the grease to get ready, I'm going to get my syrup, my plates, and everything ready to serve it up. So this is our blue ribbon cane syrup that we make ourselves from the cane that we grow. I like to put them, or I like to put it in individual little bowls, ramekins to dip our pancake on a stick in. We got these little bottles off Amazon. Even comes with a little seal. We wanted syrup cans, but we never could find them. Found paint cans, but not syrup cans. See how thick? Makes excellent syrup cakes. All right, grease is ready. So you get your jar and you dip your sausage. Make sure it's good and coated. And I just kind of twirl it and plop it in the grease. And then rotate it. And there you go. Pancake on a stick. Dip. Kind of twirl. Put in your grease. Dip. Twirl. Put in your grease. I don't really do more than 2 at a time because I don't want to overcrowd my pan. Now make sure your grease isn't too hot, because if you do, your dough, your pancake dough is not going to be done on the inside, it's just going to be done on the outside. This amount that's left, I'm going to save it, put a lid on it, put it in an icebox, and we're going to have funnel cakes for dessert. Enjoy.